remember her, not because she stayed, but because she didn't. I lived inside a man who loved her with both hands open. No tricks, no games, no hidden exits, just love. The kind that wakes up early, the kind that worries, the kind that remembers small things nobody else notices. I watched him fight for her. God watched him fight. He fought through misunderstandings, through silence, through distance, through nights where sleep sat beside him but never touched him. He carried hope like a wounded soldier dragging himself across a battlefield long after the war was already lost. And I beat for every step, every single one. I felt him choose her when it would have been easier to choose himself. I felt him swallow pain so she wouldn't have to taste it. I felt him bend, then bend again, then bend so far I thought he would break. But he kept going, because that's who he was. A man who believed love was worth fighting for, even when it was only him fighting. And me? I fought too. Every time she left him wondering. Every time she gave less while he gave more. Every time he cried alone and wiped the tears away before anyone could see them. I kept beating. Slower, heavier, more tired. But I kept beating. For him. Because somebody had to. Until one day, I looked at the man I belonged to and barely recognized him. The fire was still there, but it wasn't warm anymore. It was survival. His smile looked borrowed. His laughter sounded rented. His eyes carried the weight of someone who had spent too long trying to save something that no longer wanted saving. And for the first time in our entire life together, I was tired too. Not tired from loving, tired from bleeding, tired from hoping, tired from stitching myself back together every night just to be torn open again the next morning. People think hearts break once. They don't. We break slowly, piece by piece, memory by memory, promise by promise, until one day there's nothing left to shatter, only exhaustion, and I became exhausted beyond recognition, just like him. Two survivors living in the same body, neither of us knowing what we were surviving anymore. Then something happened, not all at once, not dramatically. He stopped chasing, stopped begging, stopped carrying what wasn't his. And for the first time, he sat with the pain instead of running after the person who caused it. The silence was unbearable, but it was honest. And honesty yields things that effort never can. I watched him cry, the kind of cry that comes from somewhere ancient, the kind that leaves your ribs sore and your soul shaking, the kind that finally tells the truth. And with every tear he released, I breathed. For the first time in years, I breathed. Because grief was no longer pretending to be hope, and healing was no longer pretending to be strength. Today I still carry scars, so does he. Some mornings we both ache, some songs still hurt, some memories still knock, but we're here, and that matters, because I watched a man give everything he had to someone he loved. I watched him lose, I watched him break, I watched him become unrecognizable, and somehow I also watched him survive. So if you ever meet him, don't call him weak for loving that hard. Don't pity him for fighting that long, because I was there. I felt the battle, every sacrifice, every goodbye, and if anyone has earned the right to rest, it's the man I belong to. I'm the exhausted heart that never stopped beating for him.